few moments. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everyone that's been allowed to assemble. Personally, we thank you for those that are on Zoom and those that are maybe following by phone. We ask you to continue to bless us. Bless this council, bless the mayor and all the workers together, that we will work together in unity. Give us wisdom and help us to make wise decisions for the town of Bladensburg, not just about ourselves, but let it be about the people. And that's what we were assigned to do. Father, I pray that you continue to bless us, keep our youth safe. In the midst of the turmoil that's going on, we ask you to continue to bless Bladensburg, help us to flourish, help us to grow, and help new members to come and join with us. We thank you, Father, for all things small and great. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Councilmember McBride. Councilmember Brown, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that. And so at this time, we will proceed with the approval of tonight's meeting agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Brown. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember McBride. Any corrections or edits to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. At this time, it is our pleasure to finally be in a position to swear in our new town administrator, Mrs. Michelle Bailey Hedgepeth. So let's give her a hand as she comes forward.
Nicer pen than I do.
It's not as nice as the Chiefs pen, but I did try to pretty it up.
Oh,
Where is his pen?
I just have regular ball.
So please raise your right hand.
Yes, right hand, not left.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
I, Michelle Bailey Hedgepeth,
I, Michelle Bailey Hedgepeth,
having been duly appointed
having been duly appointed
as town administrator
as town administrator
with the town of Bladensburg,
with the town of Bladensburg,
do solemnly affirm
do solidly affirm
on this 10th day of July,
on this 10th day of July,
2023,
2023,
that I will bear
that I will bear
true faith
and allegiance
to the United States of America,
to the United States of America,
to the state of
to
Maryland,
the state of Maryland,
and the town of Bladensburg,
and to the town of Bladensburg,
that I will
that I will
serve honestly and faithfully
serve honestly and faithfully
to uphold and defend
to uphold and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of Maryland, and that I will support
and that I will support
the Charter and laws
the Charter and laws
of Prince George's County
of Prince George's County
and the town of Bladensburg,
and the town of Bladensburg,
and I will,
and I will,
to the best of my skill,
to the best of my skill,
judgment, and ability,
judgment, and ability,
with diligence and faith,
with diligence and faith,
and without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the position
of
town administrator
with
the town of Bladensburg.
the town of Bladensburg.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much, Council. Okay, and I will sign it first. And I'll try to sign it neatly.
And at the end of the meeting, we'll make a copy.
Okay,
and
no
give you
problem.
A nice one.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, and just want to thank the council again for all of your support with the review process of applications, interviews, offering input to help us arrive at this moment in time. Chief, you're here at the right time. Can we bug you to get a photo of the council and the new town administrator? All right. I'll give this to Mr.
Okay.
We really run this town.
Do you want to sit in front of the? Okay. So watch out for this. All right. Yeah. We will Velcro as future for the next one. Right. Okay, we're gonna stand. Sunny short. I'm short.
Calling me short today?
No, I didn't wear any heels today. I always try to stay comfortable and Angle, go ahead. I'll slide out. Which angle we gonna do? Go ahead.
Okay.
A small side, please.
All right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So can we take 3 steps so I can have the U.S. flag in the center?
Center it. Okay, with the flag. Are we center better?
That's good. There you go. Don't blink. Hold on, one more. Big smiles. One more. Last one. Okay.
So you can get one with my camera?
Sure.
The NASA technology.
They're supposed to be better pictures.
Yes, they are.
They're better pictures.
Thank you, Vito.
One more. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Council. Thank you.
I don't know how to work an Android. I don't know how to work a.
I don't either.
I'm not that fancy.
Again, we're so grateful to have you on our team, given your extensive resume, and just look forward to working with you as we move things forward. Did you want to say anything to the residents at home?
Well, thank you for this opportunity, Mayor Council, and I'm looking very forward to meeting the residents. And I started the day. It's been a good day from the standpoint of just trying to get to know. You've got a wonderful staff and a lot of assets here in the town, and I'm very excited about this opportunity. And just in general, I think there's a lot of things that we can all do together. So I look forward to talking and being available. When I was walking around, I said hello to a couple of people that were just and it's just really nice to see such a vibrant place, and just really feel very privileged and honored. So thank you again.
Glad to have you on the team once again. At this time, we'll proceed with the next item on the agenda, which is the approval of minutes. We'll begin with the May 8th council meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve? Moved by Councilmember McBride. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Blunt. Any corrections or edits to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. So the May 8th council meeting minutes are approved. Is there a motion to approve the June 12th, 2023 regular council meeting minutes?
I so moved.
Moved by Councilmember Blunt. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Brown. Any discussion or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. So we have our minutes approved. And Mr. Charnovich, appreciate your help with helping us catch up on getting the minutes posted on the website so residents can reference them. At this time, we'll turn things over to the town clerk. So weird not saying town clerk / interim town administrator. But while you're preparing and taking a sip of water, I want to thank you again on behalf of the council for all your hard work and helping us pitching in as our interim town administrator since Cinco de Mayo 2022. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank
Yes.
you all on the council. Thank you.
For sure. As he takes a sip.
Received 2 public comments this evening. I would say that one of the public comments was received after the 4 p.m. deadline, so I'm going to follow the rules that call for when their public comment is received late, and I'll submit it to the appropriate department that needs to go to address. So the one public comment that I did receive before the deadline, on behalf of We Lead by Example, Inc., I thank the town of Bladensburg for awarding our nonprofit American Rescue Plan Act funds, and Mayor James for her giving us discretionary funds for this fiscal year. The money will be put to good use, including to help seed our Dr. Clifford L. Thomas Senior Scholarship Fund. Thanks for being at our community event, Mayor James, for its launch on June 3rd, 2023, and for your heartfelt remarks about Dr. Thomas and our organization. Welcome to our new town administrator, Michelle Bailey Hedgepeth. Bladensburg, led by Mayor James and the Town Council, is a little town that can and is showing it in many innovative ways, working with Prince George's County and the state on behalf of the town to protect and improve the lives of its residents. We know you will do your best to bring your leadership skills and talent to the team. For an update on the proposed superconducting magnetic levitation SC Maglev transportation project, an inordinate amount of money and lobbying are being hurled at elected and other public officials by the sponsors, Northeast Maglev and Baltimore Washington Rapid Rail, to convince them to support this environmentally disastrous boondoggle. The Maryland Coalition for Responsible Transit, MCRT, and a number of other organizations continue to fight the project. The sponsors are working to influence water permitting processes to pave the way behind the scenes as the Federal Railroad Administration continues to keep the project on indefinite pause. MCRT water experts are getting ready to counter sponsor arguments in fall of 2023 at 3 Maryland Department of Environmental upcoming hearings. We are also continuing to underscore the alarming ramifications of the SC Maglev project to Governor Moore, Lieutenant Governor Miller, and Transportation Secretary Wiedefeld as they continue to straddle the proverbial political fence on the subject. Enjoy the rest of your summer. See you in September. And I think I neglected to say at the very beginning who the public comment was from, so apologies for that. But it's from town resident Susan McCutcheon. Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon, for your public comment. That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charnovich, for reading the public comment submitted for tonight's meeting, and also for following up on the one submitted after the deadline to make sure that the appropriate staff can address it.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll move to unfinished business, which is a continuation of the discussion regarding the 57th Avenue roadwork proposals. So we'll turn it over to Town Administrator Bailey Hedgepeth at this time.
In regards to the 57th Street project, and we find that staff is recommending that Pronto Paving in a total amount of $311,695 would be selected as the most responsive bidder. But I'd like for you to approve this from the standpoint of allowing the town administrator to make sure that we discuss this with the attorney, in consultation with the attorney of this bid. So we're asking for approval of Pronto Paving again in the amount of $311,695 to allow the town administrator to consult with the attorney in regards to the contracting and of this particular bid.
Great, thank you for the recap of this particular project as well as the staff recommendation. We do understand that if the council is to approve the Pronto proposal, that the next step would be that you would consult with Mrs. Ferguson. I know she couldn't stay for our second meeting tonight with respect to the contract. So with that, is there a motion to approve the Pronto Paving Inc. proposal for $311,695? Moved by Councilmember Brown. Is there a second?
A second.
Seconded by Councilmember Blunt. Any comments or questions or input from the council? I know we discussed it at length in the previous meeting. Go ahead, Councilmember Blunt.
How soon will the project start once?
As I understand, they're ready immediately. So what we will do is I will discuss this with Ms. Swellen in the next by tomorrow, so that we can make sure that we communicate to that contractor and let them know so that we can start on this project as soon as possible.
Right.
We understand there's a tight timeline, and we understand the council wants to get this done.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for the question, Councilmember Blunt. So with that, I'll now call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. And Mr. Hall, thank you for your efforts in moving us forward with getting the bids and communicating with the various firms.
It was a team collaboration. Me and Rich, he pulled me too as well.
Thank you. Thank you both. And with that, we will continue on with the agenda tonight. We do not have any financial business, in part because we've spent the last several months on financial business with Mr. Tonelli as we went through the budget. When did we start? March? Yes. With several meetings. And so I, again, want to applaud the council and thank you all for the collaboration on the budget and for approving that at the June meeting. Under new business, The first item up for the council's approval is the Housing and Urban Development Cooperation Agreement with Prince George's County. Town Administrator Bailey Hedgepeth, did you want to tee that up, you or Mr. Charnovich?
I think Mr. the city clerk has given us a really good background on this one. However, as you understand it, this is a continuation of a contract with Prince George's County where the council is being asked to approve the signature by the mayor to enter into this contract for another 2 years. If we did not sign it, it would actually either automatically renew or the fact that we would not be eligible for CDBG funding if we continued not to sign these, which we'd like to be eligible because there's a new funding cycle that comes up. So that's what it enables us to be part of the HUD zone for the county, and we are choosing that we're allowing the county to be that designation for us. So then we ask that you move for approval of this item.
Thank you for that summary. With that, I'll call for a motion to approve moving forward with the Housing and Urban Development Cooperation Agreement with Prince George's County.
I so move.
Moved by Councilmember Blunt. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember Rout. Any further comments or questions regarding the agreement?
I have a comment.
Sure, Councilmember Rout.
I am definitely in favor of continuing the CBDG funding agreement for the purposes of we have a lot of roads that need to be repaved and milled. In addition, there are lots of places that are dark and not well lit in our town, and these funds can be used to do street lighting. And so I request that town council really support this because we really need this. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And again, couldn't agree more. I know we discussed it at length in the work session, and everyone agrees with that and expressed the same sentiment. So with that, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. The next item is the CTC proposal related to small cell tower reviews. And so I'll turn it over to our new town administrator for a brief summary.
Hi, Mayor, Council. Thanks. It's me again. We had an overview from CTC on the proposal and related to cell tower reviews. I believe that our town attorney has made some good points in regards to asking to get some additional information on the quotes for a full package versus doing the hourly rate, which can have so what our recommendation is to allow us to get that information, but approve pending the concept of that we would have a price that we would provide to applicants, and that we would try to make that cost neutral from the standpoint that the price of the review would cover the cost of the actual review. So again, that's the contract parameters that we're looking for, as a cost neutral to the town, and also for the contractor to provide us a full price for different services as they've done in other municipalities. And so what I'm asking is to seek the advice of council so that I can enter into a contract with CTC given those parameters upon the council's approval.
Thank you for that summary, and it definitely makes sense. And so I'll now call for a motion to approve the CTC technology and energy proposal pending further consultation with our legal counsel. And in addition to that, the price details from the vendor to ensure that it's cost neutral to the town. And that we receive the full price list, so we are not surprised by the cost, basically, or the applicants. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember McBride. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Brown. Any further questions or comments, especially for the administrator, because she will go back to Ms. Ferguson. So just want to make sure that we have our full list of everything. So it's the detail on the pricing, It's also pending her review of the actual contract. Given that she's worked with other municipalities, she'll know what it is that needs to be in there and make sure that nothing is missed. And you can tell from her questions tonight, she knew. Yes, yes. So, yeah, he was not prepared.
Well, he would prefer, I think, to charge us per hour. Yeah, so.
Yeah, she caught it. All right, so with that, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays?
Nay.
One nay. Thank you so much. The motion passes. At this time, we'll move forward with a Maryland Municipal League Conference recap. As was noted at the June council meeting, members of the town council did attend the summer conference that was hosted and organized by the Maryland Municipal League. And so just wanted to give the council an opportunity to share reflections on their experience, things learned. We do have 20 minutes, so I would ask if everyone could just keep it to 4 minutes roughly so everyone has the opportunity to share. And I'll go last, and if we go over, I'll just shorten my time accordingly. So I'll go left to right. Councilmember Rout.
Thank you, Mayor James. MML was definitely a great experience. It's always been a great experience. During the time, I really enjoyed being able to speak with Governor Moore and his cabinet related to the issues that municipalities need. I truly feel that Governor Moore will be not leaving anyone behind because since I have attended the summer conference, this was the first time that I really saw a lot of the directors. I mean, to my understanding, there were 27 directors and that was present, and the one that was not there, he came down with COVID the day before, so we of course didn't want him there. But it was very enlightening. I have received positive. Even when we went to the round robin, just advocating for the seniors, for our children, talking with some of the agencies that provide funding, innovation for work like the 769C. I talked with the State Department, the State Highway Administration, just about, and they were on it. They knew about some of the projects, and in speaking with I had a very nice conversation with the Director of Office of Aging, the state aging department, and that was enlightening. Moving over to some of the classroom information, I had attended some classes that I wanted to repeat. I did take all of my classes for my Academy of Excellence in Local Governance. I completed that this time around. And I took team building again because unfortunately, I don't think we have the best town council team, and collaboration and working together still seems to be something that I feel that we can work on together. It was nice to go to dinner with the town council. We didn't talk about any business, but that was a great opportunity. And then being able to look at, of course, homelessness, mental health. I was a panelist, and I really enjoyed being a panelist on the MML, speaking about mental health and homelessness and how we should be really looking at our county and state partners to rely on them to be providing us a framework for what we should be doing. I wish I would have met with our partners before voting on the budget because there are some things that we could have enacted, such as small teams that can go out, and there was additional room for us to be adding things. So hopefully next year the town council will consider really beefing up the public safety arm of the response to homelessness. Other than that, it was a great time to be able to work alongside with other municipal leaders from all over the state, and I truly enjoyed myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilmember Rout. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. So, yeah, well, MML was great. There's always a lot of learning that can be done, and although I am an Academy graduate, you know, it's still good to go back and attend some of the other classes, some as a refresher, see how things have changed or some improvements that have been made. So while I did attend a number of classes at MML, also I do want to speak about real quickly that two of our the mayor and council, they were voted as board members for the Prince George's County Municipal Association. So during that time, so I would like to say congratulations. Yeah, for the Prince George's County.
For the state.
Yeah, right. And then you get a board position as well?
She's got PGC. Not at MML.
Not at MML,
Mayor
okay.
James
Okay,
got
but-
the seat.
Okay, got the
for
seat at MML. Okay, well, okay. So I thought you were on the board as well. So,
For
but okay.
PGCMA,
But
but
yeah.
that election was last month.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally wrong. Not totally crazy. Okay. All right. But at MML. So, but congratulations to the both of you. And then I was glad to see a lot of the elected officials there, and especially the governor. The governor. I mean, he was really present all throughout the MML conference, and that right there really showed his commitment to the municipality, the 157 municipalities in the state of Maryland, and listening to us and being there, and as you said, or as he always says, leaving no one behind. So I just thought that was really good, and then he did very good in his closing remarks as well. But we also there also was a meeting with the representative from Congressman Glenn Ivy's camp, and we talked about some federal grants and federal funding. So I'm going to kind of just let Mayor continue to expound on that right there. One of the things that I did want to bring back to the chief, because I want our residents to know, as we do have the speed camera in the town of Bladensburg, and I mean, we really just want our residents and people traveling through Bladensburg to slow down and do the speed limit. So I'm glad that program is being effective. But one of the other things I want to bring back to Chief, and he already knows about, but this red speed. And so with red speed, these the camera systems, they're more of a fixed camera system. And so they do the vehicle and vehicle make and model recognition, license plate recognition, face search and recognition, video search, vehicle counting. I mean, they do offer a host of services. So Chief, you want to talk about this like a really quick, or can he talk about? We're gonna connect with Chief offline. All right, Chief. So maybe a little later on, you can expound on it a little bit, or give it a little plug at the end of when we go to our reports. Okay. But all right. So.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Brown. Councilmember McBride.
Well, you know, Councilmember McBride is always kind of short and sweet. But I was grateful to attend MML this year. I too took some classes again that I took last year. By me being new, there was a lot to take in, and so I really need to refresh and refocus. And so I was grateful. I did see a lot of the, like they said, governor, our governor, executive, county exec, also Brooks was there, Aruna Miller. And so I enjoyed the time, even during the lunchtime, when we could sit around the table and just conversate. I was glad I got to talk with Mr. Calvin Hawkins, very smart man. I truly appreciated that one-on-one, just learning who you are. And so that did a lot for me. I also attended the PGC, PGCMA, the breakfast meeting. And so just meeting all the new council members from the different various areas. It was truly enlightening because you get to learn people, and briefly you get to speak with them and find out who they are, what they're about, or or what their ideas are. So I was grateful. I was a little ill, but still, all in all, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember McBride. Councilmember Blunt?
Okay, what did I get from the MML conference? I took a class called the conflict styles, because I know a lot of times we run into conflicts, whether we out, and just knowing how to handle it in a better situation. Because sometimes I'm brutally honest, but I know you don't have to be brutally honest all the time, because I am. So I learned some different styles of how you deal with situations, and I thank you, Trina. She know what that is. So I worked it and I got it. Also, the team building, I did team building, and which is really needed more than just that one time, because that's important. Being a team at all times, when we're not together, but we all being recognized as a team and a council. I know it's gotten a lot better. I feel it's gotten a lot better. Do we all need work? We all need work on that a little bit. But I enjoy sitting around the table, eating at lunch when we came together. I really did. I don't like the stairs, but in the walk. But it was nice, and I really enjoyed it. Also, homelessness. I did attend that class, which our council member, she was on the panelists doing the homeless, and which is very dear to me, because if you don't start saying low income, you'll always have homelessness. I'm sorry. We say affordable. Nothing's affordable. When you say low income, then you got me right there, because that's what we need to battle this homeless situation. But that's my personal feeling on that. And nobody believed I walked the boardwalk with the governor. And I promise you, that won't happen again. I promise you. There was no bathroom around that I wanted to use. I'm sorry, I got personal, I'm sorry. But that was a long walk, even though we winded up at Drescher's. Whatever, he likes those fries, and he just bought so much, putting vinegar and stuff all over. But I won't walk again, but anybody else can walk in my shoes when that. But I had a good time, and hopefully I'm bringing things back. I have plans, because I talked to other council members and other municipalities about some of the things they're doing that seems to work, but I think I want to start visiting other municipalities to get to know people. But I do enjoy the team, and I know it's getting much better. Okay. That's it.
Thank you, Councilmember Blunt, and I concur. None of us are perfect, but I do know that compared to 2, 3, 4 years ago, these meetings and our dynamic has gotten better, and definitely appreciated the opportunity to sit in on the conflict resolution class and just dig a little deeper into some strategies for better facilitation of work relationships. So not just with the council, but with residents who are dealing with conflict and trying to come in and help and assist them. Whether it's with staff, you may have conflict with us that we need to talk through, just really understanding how to move forward. But I also appreciated the point that you also have to identify, is a relationship worth the effort? And there are sometimes cases where it's just best to walk away for your sanity and the mental health of all parties involved, and just really knowing when to call it, so to speak. Johnny Crowder, he's the founder of CEO of Cope Notes, was the keynote speaker for the opening, and he talked about mental health in a unique way because he had actually attempted to take his own life. And so hearing his thoughts about how his family dealt with him following that incident, what he wanted to hear from them versus what he actually heard, really put that whole situation in a different light. And that was one of the things that I think, if you say what was a takeaway, and speaking to him afterward, it really opened up a whole new view on people when you're talking about mental health, and how we should be more compassionate and not judging them, because he made the point that there's really not any of us who can honestly say that we're not impacted by it. We're not saying you have mental health issues, but you may have a brother, sister, cousin, neighbor, friend, church member, whatever, who's dealing with that. And so there needs to be another level of sensitivity to what they're experiencing, and a true desire to help them get to the right place. And so truly appreciated his comments. Similar to what was said before, it was really refreshing to see so much of the Lieutenant Governor as well as Governor Moore. They were not just there in and out, and I think part of it is because they're new. We know as time goes on, they will not probably be able to spend as much time there, but at least for the first MML, they were present and available. For the Maryland Mayors Association meeting, they were there with us, connecting with the mayors, and to the point where the conversation that he and I had, he put it in his closing remarks. And so what I had expressed was, when you came to Comar Manor, the Port Towns had that District 47 meeting organized by Senator Augustine, and we talked about this trade school, and verbatim what I said to him, he put in his speech, acknowledging the work that Bladensburg is trying to do. I say that to say, we matter, the state is paying attention, they want to work with us. Going to MML offers invaluable opportunities to talk to those decision makers and secure resources and support for the things that we're trying to do to help our residents. And so to that point, Councilmember Brown and I caught up with Ethan Sweep from Congressman Glenn Ivey's office to just bring him up to speed on the project, because he'd expressed just wanting to know, what is this whole trade school concept? Walking away from that, we have some takeaways and next steps in terms of getting help from that office on funding to help us move this project forward. And I've already told our new town administrator that's one of the projects that we have a limit on, because we do have that $1 million earmark, and we've got to make some progress on that very, very soon. Attended the other meetings that were shared in terms of PGCMA breakfast. The Maryland Black Mayors Association hosted a reception featuring Lieutenant Governor Runa Miller and Governor Wes Moore. The town also received our Banner City 2023 designation, so I have our little plaque that I need to give to you, Mr. Town Clerk. But congratulations to everyone in the room who helped us to do all the activities that it requires to maintain that certification. So I'll stop there because my timer just went off and I want to respect everyone's time. So with that, thank you to our residents who support our professional development through the dollars that are put in the budget to help the mayor and council continue to do a better job and just receive better training so we can be better public servants. So with that, we'll move forward to the August recess line item, and want to call for a motion to approve the town council going into August recess and then resuming our council meetings. I did just want to point out, if I'm not mistaken, that would make our September meeting September 11th. Yeah, so I just wanted to raise it in case there are concerns with that. If not, that's the date. But so perhaps we have a motion, then a second, and then we can further discuss it. But I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware. Looking at the calendar, it appears that the meeting would fall on Monday, September 11th. So with that, is there a motion to approve August recess?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Blunt. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Brown. And again, I want to open it up for discussion. Is everyone okay meeting on the 11th, or would you like to change the September meeting date in case we are having any sort of observances, or in case there are some in the county or even in DC that you would like to attend? If not, we can proceed, but I just want to be respectful of the plans of the group.
Well, is it Labor Day the 4th? September the 4th. So what does, I don't understand, what is that, I mean, I'm fine with the 11th. I don't know that, you know, for me, but.
I'm fine with September 11th. We've met on September 11th. I mean, and we had like a moment of silence.
You saying 911.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask, again, we can leave it, but.
September 11th? We've met before.
No, but Trina said you mean 911.
She said 911.
With observance, yeah, 911 when the, yes.
So everybody's fine, staff, I wanted, okay. Councilmember,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm
All right,
fine.
thank you for for that. Thank you for that. So it sounds like we're good with the Monday, September 11th date. So with that, I'll now call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. Next on the agenda, we'll move into staff reports, beginning with the treasurer report because we miss our budget meetings.
Thanks, Mayor and Council. Unfortunately, for this month, it's the last month of the fiscal year. We will not have a treasurer's report because the month is still open. We're in what's called the accounting world as a 13th month of the fiscal year. As of Friday, I told Rich and our new town administrator that, we still have like 50 plus transactions, as of Friday to get in for June. All those came in and got another 50 more. So it's like, it's just never ending. But because of the holiday last week, people are slow in the invoicing and getting the mail in. And also we have some revenues that we have to wait until August to actually book. We have to wait and see what comes through, like the Maryland income tax that's going to be remitted in August is going to be for June collections. Things like that. So we're busy closing out, and actually the auditor sent over the engagement agreement, and this is the last year, the last fourth of 4 years that we have for the contract with them, and they've been all me, to already start. I expect that's going to start probably September, hopefully mid-August. So. I'll give a shout out to the chief for the speed camera funds because he told me last year, budgeting wise, he said put $1 million in. I'm like, that's a pretty big target, So I'm back and forth, and I think it was June 26th. I texted him and said, Chief, got 971,000. It's good enough, but he didn't hit $1 million. He goes, hold on. A few more days came in June 30th, he broke it. So, yeah, so it was like $1,011,000 or something like that. So, but yeah, that was impressive. I was, betting against it last year when we put it in there. I'm sorry to say, but also welcome our new town administrator. Glad she's on board, and especially thank Rich for his year plus of service. I know it's not an easy job juggling 2 roles, so it's but yeah, so that's all I have.
Totally agree. And then just a follow up on the point you raised about the revenue. I think we put in 100,000 just to be conservative for the speed camera revenue. And Chief said,
yeah,
I'm telling you, from my old agency, and we were just nervous, Chief, but we should never bet against Chief. That's the moral of the story.
So I ate my words, so it's all
right. Yeah. But I will say, from those violations, I truly hope people learn to slow down because we just, with pedestrian accidents, I'm sure you heard about the one that happened in DC recently where the child was pinned under the car. I mean, we just have to make our best effort to slow people down, and do appreciate Chief bringing that program forward. And so with that, Chief, we're gonna come right over to you with public safety.
All right, good afternoon, Mayor, Council, colleagues, and residents. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations, and I look forward to working with Ms. Hespat as our new town administrator. We got to spend a little time Friday, walking around meeting some of the employees, and breaking a little bread, even though they were one of the vendors' sub sandwiches. We still had a good time, and the employees are happy and excited to have a new town administrator on board. I want to say thank you to Rich. I know I pulled his hair out a couple of times. So I just want to say thank you, Rich, for your leadership that you put forth and keeping us together.
Thank you, Chief.
So for our June report, June report. Just for our community events, I'd like to commend our community action team for always doing an amazing job in putting community events together to keep our community informed, engaged, and involved. So with that, June 3rd, our staff supported Elizabeth Seaton For their career day, June 7th, we supported Bladensburg Elementary School for the 6th grade graduation, and I had the honor and pleasure of serving as a guest speaker at during the ceremony. June 8th, we had our movie in the park. Unfortunately, we had to move that inside due to the poor air quality. On June 14th, we had our coffee with the cop, and we are thankful to our partners at Central Bakery. June 15th, we celebrated Juneteenth, and I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ray Jeffries for doing another outstanding job, as well as our staff for supporting his vision of putting that event together. Just a little for our upcoming events. July 3rd, I just want to commend everyone for their participation and support in our community. I hope they had a great time for our fireworks celebration on July 3rd. National Night Out is the time that the community and the police come together. We will celebrate ours on Tuesday, August 1st. It's nationally recognized. We will have ours right here in the park, the David Harrington Park, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. August 5th, we have the Lighted Up car and bike show. That will be 6 to 9 p.m. in the parking lot of 4521 Kenworth Avenue down by the Three Brothers Restaurant. I want to give a shout out again to our community action team for putting together our Citizen Police Academy, which started July 1st, and it runs all the way through August 12th. And I just want to commend our residents for signing up. This is a opportunity for citizens to join the Citizen Police Academy, gain some insight into what it's like to be a police officer, learn about the different laws, learn about communication, learn about the specialty units that we have, but also be supportive of the police department. When we talk about community outreach and engagement, this is a perfect opportunity. Also, I had an opportunity to be interviewed by DJ Flavor on 93 KYS, which will air next Wednesday. It should come out about the Citizen Police Academy and the community outreach that we do for our residents in our community. August 26th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm sorry, from 2 p.m. I'm sorry, I did have it right. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is our back to school jam. This is the time that we will recognize our young people as they prepare to go back into the school setting. Just thank them for their time, for being great during the summer. Staying engaged. We will have music. We will have giveaways for them, backpacks. So we just want to encourage all the parents to bring your children out to our back to school summer jam, and that will be held in the parking lot of 5012 57th Avenue, Bladensburg. And last thing I want to say, I think I'm coming close up on my time, is our, did I pay? Again,
I think he's at the last
is our Rock the Block event, and this is when we go into the different pockets in the community, just to have that small personal interaction with them. And we will have our first one July 24th at the Bladenwood condominiums from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and all residents in that area are welcome to come out and join us just for something small, but just to listen to them and have general conversations about their concerns in the community. And we'll leave it there.
Thank you, Chief. And then someone to my right may or may not have said you forgot about ice cream with a cop. Just saying.
So, I did run out on that, but that will be August the 4th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will be all around the town of Bladensburg. Go to our website, follow us on social media, and you'll see all the different locations. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you. Right. Officer Reinhardt, can you follow the ice cream, please?
It won't be as good, trust me. But I'll definitely keep it brief since the Chief took us some of my time. Again, welcome.
Oh, really?
Welcome to the new town administrator. It's going to be a pleasure to work with you. I just want to give everybody a little 6 months update of what's happening in code enforcement. In the past 6 months, we've removed 631 illegal signs throughout the community. We have removed 129 abandoned vehicles, impounded 5 of those, issued 120 grass violations, issued over 50 parking citations, and something that we're really focusing on this month is removing the cones in the roadway. It's as soon as I pick up 20 cones, it seems like 20 more go out. So we're going to have a nice collection of traffic cones for Public Works to be using on some of the upcoming projects. Again, if anybody has any questions or anything needs to be concerns want to bring to me, reach out to me, code@bladensburgmd.gov. And the last thing I want to bring up, we had 4 citizens' concerns from the GoGov app, and they've all been addressed and taken care of.
Thank you for that, Officer Reinhardt, and thank you to your team as well. We'll continue on with the town clerk report.
Thank you, Mayor. Echoing the sentiments of everybody else, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Bailey Hedgepeth to the team. We're 2 days in and already just moving very quickly. So look forward to working with you. Secondly, I wanted to also thank all the department heads for the kind words you said about me this evening. It was getting to work with everybody in different capacity for a short period of time gave me a really important light to the organization. We have a great group and a great team here, and I think that we all work very well, and now we'll continue to do so with Mrs. Bailey Hedgepeth. So I really appreciate all the time and effort we all spent working together to try and keep things like Chief said, just keep the boat moving down the river. And I actually one point that really touches on that, as I think Chief touched on, was the July 3rd event. So I also want to say thank you to everyone who put that amazing event together. It was as I stood there and looked around there and the incredible amount of people there, I was just thinking to myself, kind of soaking it all in for a moment, just thinking, everybody's enjoying the event, but not everybody sees everything that happens in the background and behind the scenes. All the planning meetings that we had with Mr. Jeffrey's leadership and all the department heads' leadership to bring everything together, from Public Works, Public Safety, Mr. Reinhardt, all the parts we put into place to make that such a successful event. And you really can't even measure it, because it ended up being a very nice day, a little bit of a sprinkle. The rain didn't hurt us. It was kind of up and down for a while. Even a rainbow came out. But I think that's a great testament, I think, to the whole. At least as my perspective as being the brief time as the clerk and administrator simultaneously. It was great to see that wonderful event. Even though it was hot as who knows what, hot as they ever, I think I read in the history of the world. But anyway, that's all I really have tonight, and hopefully, I think Mrs. Bailey Hedgepeth is starting at a good time, and that maybe with August recess, we'll be able to really get moving and grooving with our transition and be ready to provide some further updates at our September council meeting. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your summer and a good August recess.
Great, thank you, Mr. Charnovich. Thank you so much. Mr. Hall will come to you next.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, staff, and as everyone else said, welcome aboard. Welcome. Okay, this month in June, Public Works, as we was talking about a little flooding earlier, we have picked up all the sandbags that was designated to the town of Bladensburg from the county facility, and they are stored at Public Works right now, covered up and everything, until we figure out how we're going to issue them out and location of issuing them out. But other than that, we'll be ready whenever it's time to go. And also assisted code with 2 abatements, one in the 4200 block of Kenilworth, the other one was in the 5400 block of Tilden Road. Excuse me. And also due to the weather and high winds in the 4000 block of 53rd Street, a little small tree limb was blown down, fell on a trailer, bless you. fell on a car trailer, so we had to open up the street, remove it, but we didn't take it off of the car trailer because of insurance purposes and all that. And also, Mr. Hall has been working with several contractors in reference, I don't know if y'all know, the retaining wall at Evergreen Cemetery in the front, a little section of it just fell down. It looks weird of how it done, but it didn't happen by anybody going up there and you know, being destructive or anything. It was just Mother Nature and the pressure. When it was done, it wasn't done right. Back then, they don't have any weep holes, so all the pressure just built up against it, and then it just fell on over. But I'm working with several contractors so we can get prices on that to get that repaired right there. And also, in the 5400 block of Taylor Street, we've got a request from what is it, John? I'm sorry. Where we go get our driver's license? Oh, the NVA. I'm sorry. NVA. I haven't been in a while, so I tell you, we had a request for the NVA in the 5400 block of Taylor Street. We installed two new handicap signs for lady up there that was requested, and also I've been working with electrician with Officer Harris, Ryan Harris, on 57th Avenue to install some security cameras along 57th Avenue. We have one location, but the other location that he wanted to put the camera was on kind of like on top of a roof, but on the side of the building, and our contractor didn't feel that it was sturdy enough, and then when you open it up someone's roof, then he didn't want to be reliable down the road, a year down the road or something, it just started leaking and everything. So me and Mr. Harris will be looking for the second location, but he already have a quote for the first location up there, and I'm not sure if y'all seen it or anything, but I think it was about like $1,600 to put it up on the side of the brick building. I don't know the address of it, but he has permission from Gateway Gardens to install a camera up there. So I'm working with our electrician right now to see if we can get him to move forward on just one right now until we figure out where we can put the other one at, just to keep things going. And also pedestrian lights on 57th Avenue. I'm still working with two more architects to get the design and the plans for 57th Avenue pedestrian lights. We have one already, but we're working with two others to get, so we can get 3 proposals for pedestrian lights for 57th Avenue. And that concludes my report. Any questions, Mayor and Council, staff?
No, we appreciate your work, Mr. Hall, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilmember Rout.
Can you talk about the culvert that you helped in Ward 1?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, as we know, the code we've been having problems with the concrete culvert that goes through the town, and we have an outstanding relationship with the county, in repairs to the culvert. So it all of a sudden it has clogged up a little bit, and it wasn't a little bit; it was clogged up a whole lot. And I had a message from the Go Google.
Go Gov app. Go Gov app.
Go Gov
My
app.
There you go.
And which is, I've had a couple of requests, and which is very, very helpful in our part. So, because we don't significantly be in our office answering the phone all day or have anyone down there, so we be out and about, and it comes to my phone as well. So that made me call attention real quick when I was out and about, and then when I got it, I immediately reached out to our resources that we have with the county, and I think about 3 days, so 3 or 4 days, so yeah, 2 or 3 days or so that they came out there and it was cleaned out. So thanks to Councilman Rout for sending it over to me, and I wasn't aware of it because we don't be down there, but I should be looking at it a little bit more often. Let me say that, and the app it truly helps. It does.
That's great. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Hall. At this time, we'll turn it over to our new town administrator for her day one report.
Thank you again, Ms. Rout.
I don't have much of a report again today, but I wanted to thank everyone for their support thank you, Richard, for your work throughout this time, and he's been great with the transition, and so is Vito and everybody in the office. I mean, Chief took me out on we've already kind of gone out, and people have taken me around. Actually, one of your staff members took me over to the firehouse today. I got a tour of that, met some of the fire department people. So it's been really good to just to be here this first day, I guess, first real day. I think the one thing that I wanted to express to the council is that as we move forward, I'd like to make sure that I'm giving everybody the information at the same time. So what I will like to do is on Fridays, as I did in one of my previous councils, is I did a weekly report. I'm out of the office this Friday, so on Thursday afternoon you'll get a report from me for this particular week in regards to items or things that are going on, in order so that everyone has one report so that they know what's going on in the town. I try to get that out probably before 1 o'clock on Fridays, but if it's a long day, it'll be out before the end of the day most Fridays. So that's the one thing I'd like to just kind of start off with to let you kind of know what to expect from me. The other thing is that I just wanted to set the expectations from staff is that for me, I have an open door, and I really believe in that. I've gone around and tried to do it, and I'm going to be going around and talking with each one of the people, everybody in the town, to try to get to know them and try to understand what's going on. I'm a person that doesn't necessarily believe in a ton of formal meetings, but if I like meetings on my calendar sometimes, but I don't love them on my calendar. So if you see a meeting from me for 30 minutes, it'll probably be 30 minutes, and I'll try to keep to that time and make sure that I'm not overtaking your time. But if I'm going out with you for an hour and a half, we're going out for an hour and a half to do some stuff. So just be ready for me to kind of understand those norms. So again, I wanted to thank everyone for the warm welcome. And for citizens, I know that they're watching, that my email is going to be, I guess, will be on the website, or they'll be able to link to me. And then also, I do not know how to answer my normal phone yet, and I will be getting those instructions tomorrow. So hopefully I will be able to get my messages and retrieve those. So I will be available from the town administrator's number. But I will, if people do email me, I will respond in kind to those. So I just wanted to kind of give those expectations for the mayor and council, and I look forward to our meeting in September.
Excellent. Thank you for that thorough report on day one. Look at that. And I know IT will be here tomorrow, so they'll be able to assist with the technology outstanding items. So thank you for your patience with that. At this time, we will proceed with the mayor and council reports, beginning with Councilmember McBride.
Bride, look quick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. I did the senior, the Parkview seniors meeting. I met with them and gave them a monthly report of what we had done, and letting them know that I would be going to MML. I did a coffee with a cop with Chief and them at the bakery, which I truly enjoyed. Let's see, what else did I do? Besides going to MML and meeting a wonderful bunch of people, and I enjoyed my classes. My classes were very good. I attended the one that the Councilmember Blunt also attended regarding conflict, and learning how to really go back and think about how you really deal with conflict, and you have to make decisions on how you handle things. Can't be so quick to move, because I know sometimes we can, especially me. But I'm just grateful, all in all, that I get to be enriched with all of this wealth of information, working with the people that I work with, and I find it very pleasurable. It's a life experience, and I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Councilmember McBride. We'll continue with Ward 2, moving to Councilmember Blunt.
Yay, yay, Ward 2.
Yes. Yay.
Okay, I forgot to mention, first of all, congratulations, Mrs. I don't want to mess your name up. Hethpeth? Hethpeth, okay. Thank you and welcome aboard. anytime you want to call, talk. If I want to talk, I'll give you a call. Also, I want to piggyback off what the mayor said at the training. I can't think of his name, but I did get a picture with him. I did get the guy, take off your badge, the keynote speaker, yeah. I like when he said, when you take off your badge or remove your title, who are you then? And you really have to remember that, who you are once you take your badge off. Even though you're still the same person, but that was one thing that, that I liked. He was good. He was really good. Also, what did I do? I think I came to one of the picnics, I think. One of the picnics, Juneteenth picnic, and I got my face all done up. That was fun. I haven't did that in a while. Also, I just want to let people know that the senior picnic gathering, will be on September 12th, rain day, September the 14th. If there's any suggestions you have, please call Ray, and he'll let me know if you have any suggestions about anything you would like to see there, because it's Mayor, get Chief. so hopefully I would like to see the seniors there. We will be getting you all information. But I also would like to say to the community, Bladensburg do a lot. I mean, from the police department through the staff, and we do a lot of engagements. But we have a little turnaround on when we need you all assistance. We need you all to show up to the meetings, tune into the meetings, so you can know what's going on in your town. You might have something that you want to suggest for the town. We want to hear that. We want to see more than the few people that's on that online. We need you all. We really need your input. We work for you all. Please give us your input. Don't just show up for all the fun stuff. Please show up for everything else, because we need you all. That's it.
I feel like we could just end the meeting right there. Jeez. Wow, that was the mic drop. Thank you, Councilmember Blake. All right, we will move to Ward 1 with Councilmember Rout.
Thank you so much, Mayor James. I just want to also congratulate our new town administrator. It's refreshing to have a town administrator here with us, with all of your experience with all of, working with parks and planning. And I don't want to reiterate your resume, but looking forward to how you can assist the town of Bladensburg rise, because we are in the process of rising. It's been a difficult 4 years. We got through COVID. A lot of residents don't realize that we haven't had a town administrator for 2 whole years out of the 4 that I've served on this council. And so it's really refreshing that you have a lot of experience. So thank you so much. Thank you to Mr. Tonelli and Mr. Sharnovich, who have served in an interim capacity, really doing a lot of work in the front office, and of course keeping our streets safe and making sure that we all pull the wagon. Really appreciate Chief Collington for all of his leadership and really stepping up to really support the needs of the town. As you 3 directors, we wouldn't have been able to get through, so I really appreciate it. I want to thank the residents for remaining engaged, because you all are definitely using the app. You are engaging with us. You are calling when there are questions. And so I do think that there are more residents tuning in. We probably don't see them because we have chosen as a town council to not allow residents in. Just want to remind residents to watch us via our YouTube and or Facebook for our live streaming until the town council feels that we should open up our doors. I also want to thank Chief Collington and Mr. Tonelli and Rich Sharnovich for meeting about the security camera rebate program. Looking forward to rolling that application out because every day we don't have cameras that are here assisting our police department is another day that we are compromising the safety of people. And so that's a step in the right direction so that our criminals know that don't mess with Bladensburg because we got the tools. Code enforcement, public works, you all have been great. Thank you so much for, the coverts and responding to the residents' concerns. I went out with a resident walking in town and showing that resident how to use the app. So we'll see if they use it, but, we appreciate you knocking those concerns when they come in. And our fireworks event was our mayor's birthday. So just want to really publicly wish her a happy birthday. And hopefully you'll have many more to come. And the last weekend of August, I will be hosting my back to school backpack drive as well. The last weekend in August, so we're partnering with the same partners. We're going to go bigger and better, and so I just want to invite the community out for that. I have an array of things that I've done. I will submit it for the posting of my report on the town website, and if anyone wants to ask any questions, you can feel free to email me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that, Councilmember Rout. Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I would like to congratulate Mrs. Bailey Hatchpeth. Welcome aboard, and I look forward to working with you and look forward to sitting down with you and just, having a brief conversation. And I also would like to, I think it was last month, I tried to let us recess a month early.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And I thank the mayor for not calling me out on it, but publicly. But yeah. So, but I do would like to just thank our residents for continuing to tune in. And as we are maneuvering just through this whole COVID situation, I mean, none of us, we've never been through a pandemic before, so we all weathered the storm together. And as we are approaching the endemic, although we still have to be cautious because you still have people with underlying conditions. As a matter of fact, we've got the bad air quality from the smoke down from Canada, and people are still having some residual effects from that. And as a matter of fact, Mr. Chernovich, as you mentioned that day, what they did record that day as one of the hottest days, and they said that we'll continue to have some problems with our air quality throughout the rest of the summer. So, appreciate, like I said, the residents continuing to tune in. And also, we live in Bladensburg too. So we are definitely homeowners and renters, and the council, we live here as well. I do want to continue to thank our staff for the wonderful job that you all continue to do, from code to public safety to the front office, administration. So all of you all just continue to do a wonderful, wonderful job. And also just want to remind our residents that with the ARPA funding, there's if you still have a need for rental assistance, utility assistance, mortgage assistance, and also with our businesses, go to the website, or you can call the front office and pick up an application. So there is still ARPA funding available if you all need assistance there. But there, of course, is an application process, and even our qualification is not an arduous process. So we've tried to streamline that process and making that difficult for our residents who are in need of help. So I will say I continue to enjoy working with this mayor and council as we continue to go through. Yes, I don't think there's any situation where everybody agrees with everything all the time. So that's just in building relationships and just in building and in team building. But the good part is that we just continue to respect one another's positions, and mayor doesn't always agree with me. Just had to put the little joke out there, but no, but so and so as we move forward, because we continue to prove ourselves as a female minority council and working with each other. We have a little fly in here now, right? So I would like to say I wish everyone a very safe and happy summer. I look forward. I just want you all to have a safe and happy summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Brown, for that report. So for June activities, it was a busy month, especially when you add on the time away at MML. But as I stated earlier, staff and I did have the opportunity to follow up with Director Johnson from Prince George's County Public Works and Associate Director Joanna Smith, just to regroup on next steps for that project. And so it was an opportunity to also stress the importance of community engagement as we move forward on that. I want to celebrate the work of the police department, as was stated before, with the Coffee with a Cop. I don't think we've ever used that bakery before, so it was nice adding in the diversity of it being a different location than we previously have used for that event. I also participated in the PGCMA Legislative Committee. We had to prep for the briefing that was a part of the PGCMA breakfast at MML. Obviously, there were bills that we supported. Some did not go through, some did. And so it was important for us to have the conversation with our committee chair and just to help prep him on the delivery of the outcomes of our political action over the last legislative session. On the same day, I also attended the MML Executive Committee meeting. So when they have this meeting in person at the end of the year, just before summer conference, they bring in the chairs of the MML committees to just update them on the activities. And I was privileged to be the chair of the Engagement and Outreach Committee, who is responsible for the If I Were Mayor contest. And so just had to report out on how things went with the committee members, the engagement and so forth, and ideas for next year. They did reappoint me. I got that call last week, so I'll be serving as chair again. And as was stated earlier, was really honored to be elected to the MML Board of Directors and look forward to serving with that stellar group of individuals. I wanted to just double back to the legislative information that Mr. Perez talked about, but also segued into what the Legislative Committee was watching for PGCMA. As was said before, the Police Accountability Board unfortunately did not move in the direction that we want, Chief. So I think as we come back together in September, it's important that when we talk about our priorities, we really strategize on having conversations before session starts with committee chairs, informing them, educating them on what needs to happen. And similarly with the cannabis laws, as Chief kept warning me, July 1st, things changed. And in doing my ride along with the officers the other night, they had to comply with the laws. Pull someone over for a traffic stop, that cannabis smell cannot be the reason for the traffic stop, where everything is thrown out in court. There was a gentleman who had so much marijuana in his car, it was well above the legal limit of 1.5 ounces, and the officers could not touch it. And so I think for whatever reason, our legislators have gone too far. And in this next session, we really need to hold them accountable. We need to have common sense legislation that respects people's rights, but also respects the work that law enforcement needs to do. And in my opinion, there is no reason why someone needs to be driving around with that amount of drugs in their vehicle. That is not for personal consumption. You clearly have other plans. And so we have to get things back in balance. And so again, I look forward to the September conversation on our legislative priorities. And as it was said, we can't thank you enough for accepting the job. We're so excited to work with you, Michelle Bailey Hedgepeth. And that is the conclusion of my report. For tonight, I believe we have come to the end of the agenda. So I will call for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councilmember Brown. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember Blunt. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it be known by the saying of aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. We're adjourned, and happy summer.